Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Mobility Kills. I'm in my MKP Z68P all tier 8 battle, and we are on Himmel's Westfield Dorf. I have my vision set up, which I really like with this tank. Bit of a glass cannon. We've talked about it in the past. It's 400 Alpha. Maybe, yeah, 400 Alpha, I believe it is. So this is a weird spawn situation. I think it's relatively unique. There are some maps that kind of have two spawns that are away from each other, but this is probably the map that has the two spawns the furthest away. And I'm not a huge fan of the situation with the spawn on this map. Because if you get put down here, and you're a tank that doesn't necessarily want to be down here, it's a long drive to get up to the heavy fight. Now, I believe the critical terrain in this particular map is the northwest. Most of the time, if you win that, you win. You can get flanked if your southeast is completely left open, so I'm not saying you don't send anybody there. And of course, the middle does have its advantages in crossfire, so all three flanks really kind of need to be covered, but I hate the southeast on this map, because I don't... Trusting your teammates in a pub match, if you're going to push into the corner, I can't tell you how many times I die in that corner. With the autoloader, loader, reloader situation in the game, you know, if I sell out, because you have to sell out, and haul ass over here across the south into the southeast to get to that point down there in the corner, and all these doofuses stop at this little promontory, you're effed. Because there are easy ways to kind of come around just enough and shoot you to where they can't really get shots in. And a lot of guys are just going to camp there going, oh yeah, my spotters will spot and I'm going to snip a Reno. It drives me crazy. Good team gets in there, guys who know how to share hit points, who know how to trade well. Yeah, you can close out that southeast and it can become a huge asset for you, especially if the guys don't just sit there. And if they're able to move around and cause crossfire, maybe win the middle and then come up behind the heavies. But that's a kind of a long range thing. I find that up there in the northwest, that's the big fight. So, that being said, that is where I'm going. I'm going to take my 400 Alpha, head up the hill. They got a T-32, TS-54, 4502, and then some TDs. The XM-57s especially could be problematic if they push up. Notice we have a bunch of glass TDs. They have two assault TDs, and we have all glass. I guess the prototype is sort of an assault TD, more or less a heavy. So watch what happens with the lights down there. It looks like the EBR's pushed in. Nice kill on the Scorpion G right off the bat. So their glass TD dies. 6x6 dies, and it looks like we're going to actually own the southeast. So that's good. Didn't need me. Fantastic. We're going to come up here. Mobility kills in this game, guys. These are the kinds of things that I look for when I'm playing the game, is opportunities to do what I'm going to do with this relatively mobile medium up here. I'm not going to have a fantastically large damage game, but we're going to do some good work. Now, I got here without being spotted, which is nice, because this guy doesn't know I'm here right now. He gets pushed back by the cairn, so I'm going to cross. I might get spotted here. What I want to do is get up and around him. Initially, I'm just going to cruise over to here and see what we can do. What I don't want to do, and right now at the moment anyway, is I'd love to get around this corner and cause a crossfire on him, but I don't know how many TDs are still back here. So counting noses though, it looks like maybe nobody. The Sturv is not there. He's way down here. So actually, I kind of figured that out, I believe, relatively soon here. I'm trying to get a shot. This is not a bad spot if you can kind of figure out how to get some shots on guys. Pull back here. Although they do have nice shots on you as well. Thinking about it, this is where I'm looking at the mini-map, and the enemy team's lost a bunch of tanks, and I don't think they have any TDs back there. Okay, that was dumb. I let the XM-57 get a shot on me. Half my hit points just like that. So I'm going to take the opportunity to push around behind. It's mobility kills, guys. They don't have anybody back there to stop me from doing it. There's no TDs back up in there. My team's done a nice job. We've pushed them back into the edge, and boom, we can use a little mobility to shut down that XM-57. Now we got lit, so we'll back out. TS-54 dies. Fantastic. I don't really want to come up and over. Artie's down around the corner right there. We're not going to push in because we know there's a T-32 and a 45A. All right, there's their G-SOAR making a runner. Wow, that hit. Nice. 415, little high roll. The Lorraine was back there. Bit of a surprise. Glad he was not further up on top there and shred me when I crossed. I don't think he was there, or he was hiding back a little too far. So let's get in here and we'll work over this T-32 and the M45-02. We need to get down low, come in here and shoot this guy. Okay, well that's what happens when you're dumb and you shoot heat into a rock wall. Try to get in there, closer, closer, closer. There we go. And mobility, boom. Track him down, 45-02. Long reload, keep working this guy, maybe ram him, see what happens. Boom, there we go. Guy's trying to kill him. There we go, got rid of him. Already firing from every direction. And we got 3 kills, fellas. 3 kills, only 900 damage. Okay, the stupid G-Sword shoots me, why not? Now I'm down to pretty easy to kill. Looks like, I don't know if he shot me or the guy behind me. We'll shoot that dude across the way, that's nice. And now there's only 2 left. We got 4 kills. Again, not a massive damage game. We got 1,259, 266 assists, and now I'm just waiting for the artillery to get lit. Where is this fella? There he is. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And boom. Nice. A little HE shot. Works out for once. 400 damage, 5 kills. So 1,659, 266 assists, and 5 kills. Again, pretty easy win. Our light tanks did their job down there, did a really nice job in the corner. Looked like we pushed, they didn't. Fairly classic on that corner. Again, that's why I don't necessarily like going there, because I don't know if that's my team at the beginning or not. I only know that now. I didn't know at the beginning. So I'm going to bring my gun up where I think I can get it into the fight and be more effective early, and able to run around and do some closeouts right there. Taking guys down, using mobility on the medium tank. That's pretty classic medium tank gameplay. Use your mobility, get around beside people, take them out. Obviously helps when your team is kicking their butt and they're kind of on their back foot. But good example right there of mobility kills. That is all I've got. Have a great one. See ya.